Fine. One more thing about linked state routing protocol, that linked state routing protocol does not send update through broadcast. It sends update using multicast IP. For example, in a linked state routing protocol, OSPF uses two multicast IP, 224.0.0.5 and 224.0.0.6. These two IP addresses belong to IPv4, but in case of IPv6, FF05 and FF06. Because OSPF is also available in two versions. One is simple OSPF, and second is OSPF version 3, V3. And V3 has been developed to support IPv6. But in both cases, it uses multicast IP to send update. That's why linked state routing protocol is known for routing by intelligence, a smart route. Now, what about advanced distance vector routing protocol? Actually, it's a concept of Cisco only. It's not a general concept. Because in distance vector routing protocol, the protocols are open standard. In linked state routing protocol, protocols are open standard. Open standard means protocol can run at any platform. Means Cisco platform, Netgear platform, server operating systems are different. But advanced distance routing protocol is a concept of Cisco. Because in this category, there is a protocol, its name is EIGRP, Enhanced Interior Gateway Routing Protocol. It has property of both linked state and distance. How? First thing, it sends update. It sends trigger update, means whenever any change will occur, then update will be sent. Fine, it's a property of linked state. But it sends update at a fixed interval of time also. And this is 90 minutes. Means it has property of distance vector and it has property of linked state.
So if the trigger update is sent, then why will you send the by default?
Now see, what is the duration of fixed interval? 90 minutes means 1.5 hours. Because as per Cisco, okay, fine, we are sending trigger up. In case there is some change and router is not able to send that update, in that case, at least at every 1.5 hours, we will send the complete routing table by which we can correct the issues of our network. Fine. Suppose trigger update has been sent by a router. Or in case that router is not capable to send it, then what will happen? If the whole routing table will be sent at the fixed interval of time, means 90 at every 90 minutes, in that case, update will be okay. Every router will have all routes information. One more thing about the advanced distance. RIP create the distance vector creates only routing table. Linked state creates routing table and neighbor table. Routing table and neighbor table. In routing table, it keeps base route information, and in neighbor table, it keeps information about neighbor router, directly connected router. EIGRP also creates routing table and neighbor table, but it creates one more table, that is topology table. And what is topology table? Topology table is a collection of all routes. It doesn't matter this is the best route, second best route, third best route, doesn't matter. But it has information of all routes. Okay, fine. Best route will be kept in the routing table. But there can be second best route, third best route, fourth best route, fifth best route. If a routing table will keep all information about different routes, then there is a benefit. What is benefit? In case best route is down, in that case, routing table will immediately up the network by using the second best route that is already available into the topology. It thinks like a human being. Suppose now see something is going wrong in the city or villages and all over India. If you have heard that, okay, I have to go to Gandhi Maidan and Kurji route is jammed. Immediately you can change the route. Why? Because you have all route information. In case if you have no information, you have information about a single route, that is Kurji. In that case, what will you do? You will just start asking to different people. This route is jammed. Through which next route I can go to Gandhi Maidan? Then people will suggest you different routes. And in all those routes, you will have to decide, okay, fine, now which will be the next best route. It will take some time. It means if this case will happen with the routing table also, then there is a more network downtime. Downtime will be high. So EIGRP is no doubt a very good routing protocol, but it is a proprietary protocol. Means it can work only on Cisco devices. Sorry? No, not mono. It's his company developed. If you are not willing to use my protocol, it's okay. There are many open standard protocols. You can use that.
I'm saying that another company cannot.
This is not a monopoly. Monopoly is a different word. Fine. So EIGRP is a Cisco proprietary protocol. If we will talk about algorithm used by RIP, used by OSPF and EIGRP. So RIP uses a simple algorithm, that is Belmont-Ford algorithm. OSPF uses best algorithm, that is Dijkstra algorithm. And EIGRP uses diffusing update algorithm, dual. Algorithm of these three protocols are different. And what is the purpose of algorithm? Actually, purpose of algorithm is how a routing protocol can find a best route, the best route, sorry. Have you studied data structure?
Yes.
In data structure, you have studied about different algorithms, B tree, B plus tree, Kruskal's, all the. It's okay. Suppose you have studied about two, three things. In that case, okay, fine. This method can work in this way. That's why it is slow. Next method can work better. The next method can work more better. It all depends which technique is used in your program, or you can say protocol. Fine. So this is the concept of route. So now question can be, what is IP routing? What is linked state? What is distance vector? Fine. So this is you have to define. Examples should be in your mind. In case of distance vector, RIP version 2, BGP. In case of linked state, OSPF, ISIS. In case of advanced distance vector, EIGRP. Clear? No, sir. Just a minute.
So in advanced distance vector, how we decide that the router can be
How we decide
on
that?
which basis we can decide the router can be up to 100, up to 200, up to that. Like in
I mean, you are asking about metric.
yes.
Fine, very good. In distance vector, one more important point. Distance vector, hop is used as a metric. In OSPF, bandwidth is used as a metric. But in case of linked state, advanced distance, all metrics can be used to measure the best path, to calculate the best path, to find out.
All metrics
All.
two metrics.
No, all. There are not only two metrics. Metrics are hops, bandwidth, delay, reliability, MTU, and overall cost. 6. Now, what PIGRP do? No doubt, PIGRP uses bandwidth. The first metric used by PIGRP is bandwidth. Fine. Suppose if there are 10 routes to reach to the destination node, and EIGRP is getting that the bandwidth of all routes are similar, equal, then it can use hop. Next, suppose hop is also simply equal in all, then it will use reliability. Reliability means which route is more reliable. How reliability can be checked? Suppose source router has sent 10 packets through every route, and there is a one route in which 9 packets has been successfully transferred and there is only one drop. In another routes, some routes have sent 6 packets successfully, some 4, some 3, some 8. But there is a route through which there is a 9 successful transmission. It means this route is best in reliability point of view. Fine, reliability is also good. Then what about delay? Delay can be up and down. So there are many metrics, and these metrics are used by EIZ. At any point, any route can be best. But in case, then there is one more question. Sir, if EIGRP can use multiple metrics to judge the best route, but distance vector is using only single metric. OSPF is also uses a single metric. Then, in case of RIP and OSPF, what will happen if all routes have same metric? Same metric means same hops or same bandwidth. See, then there is a concept of load balancing. If there are many routes and metric that is used by the routing protocol is also similar in all routes, in that case, then the router will transfer data from through every route. This is known as load balance. Okay, fine, I have 100 packets and I have 10 routes. I will transfer 10 packets from all routes. It's good. But suppose that there are 50 routes from source to destination. Then what will routing protocol do? Will it check 50 routes? No.
So up to the destination.
It will till up to destination. It can check up to 16 path on. Maximum 16 path. If the routing protocol is getting same metric till 16th path, then it will perform load balancing task.
So if the destination is after 16 path, then what?
16 path means 16 route.
So
I'm not talking about hops.
means around
Route means path, way.
router can be connected with wire or wireless.
Yeah. Okay.
So then 16 path.
16 path means 16 rasta. Hmm?
How is from 16 path?
It depends upon the network scenario.
So it can be connected with more than one wire.
Yes. Or single wire also.
Single wire.
Through the single wire, you can, because there is a concept of logical interface. Okay, fine. In my router, there is a single wire. Single interface is used. But at the single interface, you can create 4.2 billion logical interfaces. Means at a single router, 4.2 billion paths can be created. I'm talking about only 16 paths.
So that path is based on it.
That path is based on bandwidth. How we can create multiple paths at a single router, a single wire. I have already taught you bandwidth, broadband, baseband at physical layer. We can create multiple paths at a single wire by dividing its bandwidth. Means by making multiple channels. Fine. Now this topic is okay. This is about routing. Now for more detail, you can see notes or you can see my CCNA notes also. There is no any question from practical, but your theoretical concept can be more clear if you will perform routing task again. Just create 2-3 routers and implement routing protocol, and everything will be clear. What is routing table? What is it? You have done many practicals on that. Look, don't forget anything.
So we have power.
You have power. You have weakness. This is not power.
That is not weakness.
Forgetting is not weakness. It's a power.
So if we never use everything, then what will happen? How the power will use.
No. You all are trying all day to communicate in English or not? Look, it's not a matter of discussion in the class before the teacher. But I have seen, I have appreciated that. The batch is taking too much effort in the class and outside. But what is the reality behind it? I really don't know. But I have seen many times. Good. Do it regularly. Yes, I see that Saurav is not. Sir is not asking anything, is not answering. If you are not comfortable with English, don't think about it that I'm using right word or wrong word. It's okay. You have to just express yourself. But you have decided that I have to keep silence. Look, like for example, Rohit has used the word monopoly. That is a wrong word. But I can understand what he would like. What does he want to ask? I can understand. That's why I have smartly corrected. It's okay, fine.
So what is the actual monopolize?
No, it's not a monopoly. Monopoly is a different. Monopoly can be used by the people, by the government.
So
it's a matter of long discussion, but just see.
CRP like this, they're not different from the student.
What happened, sir? Reply? You should be thankful to your class. That whole class is supporting you. Hmm?
In which there are leaders. That's my system.
Fine. Now, yes, I know. We have discussed about routing process and now about IP packet. I have started this layer with IP packet. Hmm? Now you all can understand what is IP because at data link layer, our data is known as the form of data is at data link layer frame and at network layer packets. Now the name of data is changing. At physical layer, it's a signal or bit. At data link layer, it becomes frame. And at network layer, it becomes packet.
Now, when we go there,
And at transport layer, it is known as segment. And at presentation, session, and application layer, data is known as simple data. What happens with the frame at network layer? At network layer, IP address is attached with the data packet.
yes, sir.
And on the basis of this IP address, data can be transferred from source to destination network. Fine? Because if there is no destination IP, then how router will decide to transfer it to the destination?
Maybe.
It cannot be done only on the with the MAC address. Clear?
So if we ask why, then
Huh?
why it cannot be done on the basis of MAC address? Because MAC address is also like a unique address of the system.
Fine. But at but your local network maybe communicate on MAC address. Suppose you are removing just few techniques. And fine, I have only MAC address, and I would like to transfer my data on the basis of MAC address only. Then it can be done till switch, because switch can listen. Switch creates MAC table, switch can understand MAC address, switch can read MAC address. But what about router?
It is defined on the basis of IP address.
Yes.
It will be defined on the basis of MAC address. Then it can work.
Fine. If you will define on the basis of MAC address, how can you define different network? There is a matter of different network also. There must be some private IP, public IP. Now you all have to study about different. Otherwise, if MAC address is okay, then why should we define IP address? Why should we define IPv6 address, IPv4, then IPv6? Now we are thinking that okay, fine, this IP will also adjust in future. Then we have to define some new version of IP address. To define different network, to control communication between different nodes, IP addresses. Then there must be some device or some layer.
Division is the main purpose.
Definitely division. Without division, you cannot run this whole world. It is just like our society. In society, division is also a very important part. Hmm? Fine. Now, next class will be tomorrow. Fine. We will discuss more. Okay.